Uh, Welcome to my channel. It's all about living to the fullest with less. I'm gonna give you a short tour of my kitchen, and maybe in my next videos I'm gonna show you more of how I do and how I live. So basically, let's get to it. So I'm gonna start right here with my cabinet. One thing about me is I love to cook. I enjoy cooking. It takes all my time, not all my time, but I love to cook and dish out good meals. And this is what I got here. Right here, I have my spices. One would say that, oh, God, you have tons of spices. Oh, yes, you do need a lot of spices. And the reason why I don't like to eat the same kind of food tasting food tasting the same most of the time. So that way I can mix up my own spices. So basically here I have this rotating things here. They're called I think Lazy Susans, and here I have different kinds of spices. And like you see, I've divided them into different categories, so that way it makes it easy for me to pick on what I want. For instance, right here I have stuff, spices for curries and that kind of stuff. And the reason why I have these curries is that basically as I grew up, I'm basically from Africa. I'm from Kenya, and growing up in Kenya during my time, uh, even now they still have we have Indians, Kenyan Indians there, and I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and I went to an Indian school. So basically, I developed a taste for Indian food at a very early age. So basically, I have tons of Indian spices right there, and they're all different. I have like turmeric, garam masala, I have madras curry powder, coriander, and everything else. So I have different kinds of spices, as you can see, and these other sections have things like parsley, basil, uh, uh, allspice, and all different kinds of spices, you name it, oregano and everything. Yep. So the thing is this, the reason why I put my spices this way is because I find it very much easy to get to what I want. And these Lazy Susans make work easy for me because I just have to turn them around and get them. So that's one point. And the second point is that having the spices in the bottles, it makes it real easy for me because I label all my spices. So that way I don't confuse, because once they're in powder form, it's very difficult to know what is in what bottle. So basically I make the labels by hand and then just stick them up with a tape. And other times when I really don't have the time, or I don't have the tape, enough tape, what I do, I just cut off the label from the plastic paper and then cut it and stick it right there. And that works quite fine with me. So, what did I say again? So basically that's the way I arrange my spices, and works pretty good for me. Yeah, different kinds of spices over there. And then like here I have like some little containers. These ones basically I use them for measuring my spices and putting them there. So that's worked pretty good for me. And up here I have my corn flour, which I use for thickening my soups. And right here I have some coffee filters. These ones, I don't actually use them for coffee, but I'll show you what I use them for in my next video. So basically they're right here. So I just stock them up, and I'll show you what I use them for, and I do some other videos. So that's one thing over there. Yep. And down here I have my pots. And basically what I do, I put the pots, the things that I use most, I put them in here, in the kitchen rather, and the ones that I don't use a lot, I put them in another closet. Yep. So right up here, I have my lids. I store my lids this way because I have some small ones and I also have some big ones. But the reason why I have so many lids, I place them this way because I just find it easier. I don't lose them or you know, I find them quite easily. So I think that's I mean, it works for me, so why not? So that's what I do. And the reason why I have so many lids is this way. The reason I have so many of these lids is because I have these dishes. These are not pots. Basically what I use this for, what I use this kind of dishes for is I use them to store my food in the refrigerator. So basically, so this would go with that. And if I have food left over, put it here and put it in the fridge, because I don't use plastic containers for putting food in the fridge. That way it saves me money because I don't have to replace the plastics. So I just find it much easier and cheaper for me to do it this way. Works for me and I like it. So that's one. And of course the other ones are also used for cooking. So every lid, any shape of container that I get a lid. I get a lid for that. Works fine. Yep. That works real fine. And then the other thing that I wanted to let you know about these things, they don't come with the lid. So basically these are pots that I bought from the thrift store. Yeah, I bought them from the thrift store, and I bought the lids separately. And normally when I go thrifting, I look for lids that would fit the containers that I have. So basically, right now I have enough containers and lids, so I don't need any more. So I'm not worried about buying anymore because this is it for me. Yeah. So basically that's the way I store the lids. Yeah. Put the light back. Yeah. So that was that area. Yeah. And then in this section I have my cutlery. I have this. And this is where I arrange my knives. And I like to bake sometimes. I like to make my own bread. Or when I have time I make my own bread. I like to bake. And this is it. Yeah. And down here is where I put my, what's the name of this? Yeah, down here is where I put my baking sheets. They're all arranged down here. I got my baking sheets right there, and other stuff that I use. And basically what I use to put them there, I use I think it's a file stand or something, because I bought it at the thrift store, and I think it's maybe used for for files or something. But it works for me for putting the baking trays because they all stand up. Yeah. So that's the way I arrange them. So everything is there. Yeah. And then here is where I have my cups and dishes, and like it is, I don't keep a lot of, this is all I got. I don't want more. I don't use a lot of stuff, and I just like it when I have as few as I can, so I don't like it all cluttered and everything. Yep. And then here I have some little containers, and these containers, I think I'll explain what I use them for in my next video. Yeah, because I use them for different things, storing different things. So I'll show you in my next videos what I really use them for. So they all come in different sizes. Yeah, and I use them for other things, which I'll show you in my next video. Yeah, so that is it that I got here. And then, going back to the spices and more spices. So basically, I'll go back to the spices again. So the spices that I have here, these are spices that I use very often. And these are the ones I use very often. And when the bottles get empty, I always have a stock for my spices. I always have a stock for my spices. Yeah, just before I go. Okay, this other one, these ones, these are spices that I don't use too often. And basically, since I mix my own spices to get the flavor that I want, this one, since it's not used, I don't use it so often, I place it somewhere else. I have a closet where I put these ones. And then right here, these ones are my stock, because basically what I do, I go to the store and I buy them in big containers. So basically like this is a whole bag of cumin. That's a whole bag of cumin. And then I got my nutmeg right here. So that's the way I store them. And when those ones get empty, I powder my own cumin. Yep. So here I have the seeds, and then here I have them in powder form, like turmeric. Yeah, I've got this garam masala, turmeric, and if there's a brand that I like and I think I'm gonna forget about it, the name, I always give the extra thing so that next time when I go to the store, I know exactly what I want. So basically that's it for that. Yeah, these ones I keep them elsewhere. I'll show you next time. And then here I have little spices. Yeah, these are basically, these ones are ones I buy from the Hispanic stores and those kind of stuff. This is like black pepper. Yeah, I normally like to get them in bulk and then use them as I go. Yeah, so that's the spices. So basically these ones I put them away far from the heat or light, because they should be somewhere where it's dry and there's no moisture, so they can stay longer, so they don't get spoiled. And then I have extra bottles, and these bottles are basically bottles that when I buy something and I see I love the size of the bottle, then I wash them and keep them, but I don't keep many. I keep like 4 or 6 and that's it, no more than that. And the reason why Just in case my bottle breaks, I have an extra one. But my rule of thumb, I don't keep more than 6 bottles. So that's it for that area. Yeah, and then I know you'd wonder, oh, she's got so many fridge, freezer. I have my freezer here, but right now it's packed, full packed, and I'll show you, because all of it is not meat. I have a lot different things inside, and I'll show you maybe in another video the sort of things that I put in my freezer, so you get to understand what is in that freezer, what I cook. Yeah. Yep. So I guess that is all I wanted to show you for today. And, thank you for watching my video, and hit the like button and subscribe.